Which article of the Indian Constitution refers to the budget as the annual financial statement? Correct option is B. Article 112. The word budget is derived from which language? Correct option is D. French. In which house of the Indian Parliament is the Union Budget introduced first? Correct option is C. Lok Sabha. Which department of the Ministry of Finance is responsible for preparing the Union Budget of India? Correct option is B. Department of Economic Affairs. In which year was the railway budget merged with the Union Budget in India? Correct option is C. 2017-18. When was the first ever budget introduced in India? Correct option is A. On 7th April 1860. Which Union Budget was the first in India to be presented in a completely paperless format? Correct option is C. Union Budget 2021-22. In which year was the Economic Survey of India separated from the Union Budget? Correct option is D. In 1964. On which date is the annual Union Budget of the central government currently presented in India? Correct option is B. On 1st February. Who is the first full-time woman Finance Minister of India? Correct option is B. Nirmala Sitharaman. In which year was the zero-based budgeting first introduced in India? Correct option is C. 1987. Who holds the record for presenting the highest number of union budgets in India? Correct option is A. Morarji Desai. From which year did the Union of India budget start being presented on 1st February? Correct option is C. 2017. Who is considered the father of the Indian budget system? Correct option is B. James Wilson. In which language is the Union Budget officially presented in the Indian Parliament? Correct option is C. English. Who presented the first Union Budget of independent India? Correct option is A. R.K. Shanmukham Chettai. During which of the following years was gender budgeting introduced in India? Correct option is C. 2005 to 2006. Which country first introduced zero-based budgeting? Correct option is D. United States. In the Indian Constitution, the budget is referred to as the... Correct option is B. Annual Financial Statement. From which financial year did the Government of India stop the practice of showing a budget deficit in its budget documents? Correct option is C. 1997 to 98. What is the duration of the financial year in India? Correct option is B. 1st April to 31st March. A budget is a plan which is expressed in which form? Correct option is A. Monetary terms. Who presents the annual Union Budget of India before the Lok Sabha? Correct option is C. Union Finance Minister. According to the Union Budget 2025 to 26, up to what income limit is no tax applicable for individuals under the new tax regime? Correct option is C. 12 lakh rupees. Which of the following forms the largest share of deficit in the budget of the Government of India? Correct option is D. Fiscal deficit. Who introduced the minimum corporate tax in the Union Budget of 198 to bring zero-tax profitable companies into the tax net? Correct option is C. Rajiv Gandhi. Which of the following Union Budgets is famously known as the Black Budget in Indian economic history? Correct option is B. 1973 to 74. The term interim budget was first used by R.K. Shanmukham Chettai in his budget speech in which year? Correct option is A. 1947. A budget document that deals with the revenue receipts and revenue expenditure of the government for a particular financial year is called? Correct option is B. Revenue budget. In which year was the railway budget separated from the general budget on the recommendation of the Ackworth Committee? Correct option is C. In 1924. How many times has a paperless budget been presented in Parliament up to the financial year 2026 to 27? Correct option is C. 6. Who has delivered the longest budget speech in terms of duration in Indian history? Correct option is D. Nirmala Sitharaman. The first budget system in India was introduced in 1860 during the tenure of which Viceroy? Correct option is D. Lord Canning. Before the year 2017, on which day was the Union Budget of India traditionally presented? Correct option is B. Last working day of February. Within how many days of its introduction must the Finance Bill be passed by Parliament? Correct option is C. 75 days. Who was the first Prime Minister of India to present the Union Budget in Parliament? Correct option is A. Jawaharlal Nehru. If the revenue expenditure of the government exceeds its revenue receipts, it is called? Correct option is A. Revenue deficit. Who was the Finance Minister of India when the economic reforms of 1991 were introduced? Correct option is C. Dr. Manmohan Singh. What is the term for a government budget where the total estimated revenue equals the total estimated expenditure? Correct option is C. Balanced budget. Who has become the first woman finance minister to present the union budget for 9 consecutive terms? Correct option is B. Nirmala Sitharaman. Who was the first woman to present the budget in India and in which year was it presented? Right option is B. Indira Gandhi in 1970. In which year and by whom was the budget first presented in a cloth bag instead of a leather briefcase? Right option is D. In 2019 by Nirmala Sitharaman. At what time is the budget currently presented in the Lok Sabha? Correct option is A. 11 a.m. Whose approval is required before presenting the budget in Parliament? Right option is C. President.